Hello. So, we have talked about what you are done with and why your brain has such a hard time believing you. And now I'm going to bring it down into your real life. We are going to weave in your why a little bit more and your time. So, your why. We talked about that in the last video. Your why is going to carry you through. Your why is your motivating factor, and you might have multiple of them, which is great. And a lot of people say their why is freedom or more time or money. And those are valid, but they're not deep enough to really carry you through the hard parts, right? Because if you just say freedom, all right, what kind of freedom? I really was specific about being able to drop my kids off at school, being the one to take care of them, not being drained by my job, having a flexible schedule. Those were my motivating factors. But most of all, my kids, right? Having the flexible schedule allows me to be there for my kids because without that, I still have to ask for paid time off. I still have to ask or, miss out on certain things because I can't take time off. I'm stuck at my desk or I'm stuck at a physical job, like somewhere else in a building. Like, those are not things that I want, right? My why was also my mental health. I don't want to live with constant anxiety and that heavy, depressed feeling anymore. I wanted to know what it felt like to go to work and still have energy left at the end of the day. I wanted to be with my children. I wanted my mental health to be better for them. And I wanted to put my daughter down for a nap, take my son to preschool and pick him up, go to the school parties without asking for time off or feeling guilty. That was my why. That is what made me say, I'm going to figure this out and I'm not quitting on this, right? And so the next piece is we're going to see how this can fit into your day currently. Because if you're really thinking about this, and if you have clicked on the link for the VA starter kit or you've already looked through it, you're wondering like, okay, I need to set up this business and I need to start looking for clients. How do I make that work? I already feel stretched. I already feel like, I don't have enough time. Because obviously that's where I was too. I felt so exhausted coming home. But my motivating why was my reason. I knew I could picture it. I can have this life. I knew I had to put in the work. There was going to be sticky moments where it felt hard, but I knew if I just kept pushing, I would get to where I wanted to be. And I wasn't going to give up until I got there. And if you listen to the last one, I got there, right? In 3 months after setting up my business, I was able to replace my teaching income and only working half the time. After 2 weeks of setting up my business, I landed my first client. That was also when I resigned from my teaching job. And it only took me 2 weeks to set up my business entirely, from like the moment that I decided to having it fully set up, ready to gain clients, took me 2 weeks. If I had had more guidance and if I had had the VA starter kit, because it is very potent, very actionable, very like, here's exactly what you need, no fluff. If I had had that, I could have set it up in probably a day or two. But this is why your why is so important, because it is going to feel sticky in this moment, right? Because you are at a breaking point. If you're like me, you're at a breaking point, but you need to find that time. And even an hour a day can be monumental. An hour a day can really help move the needle forward so that you can start setting up your business. You can plug into the VA starter kit and see, okay, what's the next step? Okay, I need to get my EIN number. Okay, what does Carly say I need to do for that? Boom, do that. You checked it off. You did the thing for today. Do another hour the next day. Okay, Carly says I need to get a P&L spreadsheet set up. All right, what does she say I need to do for that? Okay, did it. Like, it can be one small step at a time to get everything set up. And once you're set up, you're ready to find clients, right? You don't need to set up anything else. That setup is done. And so now that hour can be allocated to finding clients. That's when you plug back in to the VA starter kit. You're like, all right, where do I start to look for clients? And then you spend that hour looking for clients. Then when you find a client and you land that client, you sign them, now that hour is allocated towards that client's time. What tasks are you doing for them? And so this can be completely possible in your schedule. And you might be saying, okay, well, how do I get past that? How do I move forward from that spot? Like, if I'm still going to work and I'm doing an hour or so every other day or every day for a client, how am I supposed to grow? Right? And this is the sticky part. You might have to spend, an hour and a half every day now, or you might have to spend a little more time on the weekends to make it work. Or another thing that could be really great is those breaks. If you're a teacher, winter break's a great time. You can really plug in and get a lot done and even start gaining more clients during winter break to a point where you get in the flow, you get in a system. And knowing that this is possible, seeing the money come in, getting paid by these clients and seeing how easy some of these tasks and services can be, that can also be a motivating factor where you're like, I am going to log in and do some work for these clients during my lunch break. Your 30 minutes that you have to, scarf food down your throat. That can actually be that motivating where you're like, because this is my way out. Like if I just keep working, I will have enough built up to leave. And that can be really motivating for you, right? And another thing can be summer break. Summer break's a great time to do that too. And it can be a great time to just build that up. And if you're not a teacher listening to this, you're like, what do I do? Take some vacation time. I know that sucks to have to use your vacation time for that, but plan it out accordingly. Maybe you also have some days coming up for holidays or whatever where you can double up on this time, and that can really help you solidify in finding your clients. Once you get past that point, once you already have a client or two, your time is getting really constrained, right? Then it might be time to take a little vacation, but it's actually a work vacation for your business. It's going to be sticky for a moment, but you will be able to balance it out. You will be able to eventually resign from your job and make this your full-time job. That's what I did. And I went in full force. And if you're like, oh, that seems like a lot. I don't know what to do first. I don't know how to stay on top of this, how to stay motivated. That is when you apply and you get into the work from home shift. That is my program where we work together for 30 days. It is a very targeted. It is an intensive. So you and me, 30 days together. There's a call that we jump on at the beginning and we go over, okay, where are you at right now? What is your lifestyle? What is your day-to-day like? What goal can we set for you for 30 days? Most likely that is to set up your business completely and find your first client within 30 days, right? And so we get a game plan going on that call. Then you have messaging access to me for the next 30 days. And this is not where, hey, I'm here if you need me. This is where it's like, I am plugging into you every day. And I'm like, hey, good morning. Here's your game plan for today. Don't forget. And then it's like, okay, a couple days later, hey, remember the game plan? What action steps have you taken so far? Where are you at with the game plan? Did you do XYZ yet? Or if you're like, I'm going to get to work at 8 p.m. after the kids are in bed, I'm messaging you at 8 p.m. Hey, you ready to get some work done? What's on the to-do list today? Here's what you have to do. Okay. I am your accountability coach, your mentor. I am holding your hand through this whole process. I am there for you if things get sticky. I am there for you to hold your hand and guide you. I am your sounding board. I am your guide, right? And we do that for 30 days. You have my whole course library as well. So anything that you need help with, I tell you exactly where to plug in. Hey, go to the VA Starter Kit, watch this lesson, then report back to me. Hey, go to Booked and Busy. Let's get you some clients. Watch this lesson about where clients can be found on Facebook. Okay, cool. Then come back to me, right? And we go through that for 30 days. Then after 30 days, we have another call. This is our wrap up, but it's also where I'm going to tell you, here are your next steps. This is what you need to do next. And that is the work from home shift. It is one of my favorite programs to do with clients. The other thing you might be saying is, oh, I don't know if 30 days is enough. I think I need some guidance for the long haul. That is perfect too, because that really helps you go through this whole transition without feeling like you are left to the wolves, right? And you can get that guidance and that accountability, and also being like supported in your business and outside your business. Because I'll tell you what, being an entrepreneur, being a CEO, it really brings out a lot of quote unquote inner demons that you have to battle along the way. Having a support system has been life changing for me in this journey. And so, if that is for you, my whole course library, me, and messaging access, and also a call every week with me to check in, to see where we're at, to continue the game plan, that is booked with ease. And that's one-on-one mentorship from me, 3 months or 6 month commitment. So it helps you lock in and totally go all in with this while still being supported, and you don't feel like you're just, like I said, thrown to the wolves and like, deer in the headlights, you have full support by someone who's been there, done that, still in the game. So that's booked with ease. All of these things can be found in the description of this video, but also on my Instagram. If you want to chat some more about it in the DMs, just to see what might be the best fit for you, just DM me support, and we can chat, right? All you have to do is just DM me the word support. Keep it simple, keep it easy, and we can start chatting about it. But this can be your reality, right? This is totally doable. And just an hour a day is all you need to start. So the VA Starter Kit is in the description, totally free for you to grab. Grab it and get started on your journey. I am so excited for what you are going to accomplish.